Hi, my name is Jennifer McCabe, and I'm a piano teacher at the Musical Offering. I've been teaching there for over 12 years, probably more. I think I've lost count. I've really enjoyed my time at the Musical Offering. My colleagues are amazing musicians and friends, and I am so lucky to have developed a studio of over 20 students, ranging in ages from 7 to in their 80s. Many of my students have been with me from age 5 through almost high school now. It's been very rewarding seeing them grow through the years as human beings and as musicians. I particularly really enjoy teaching my adult students as well. Adult students really are excited to learn piano, maybe to rediscover their piano skills, or some are just complete new learners. And so it's very rewarding. And I applaud my adult students because they do some great work. My younger students, seeing you all grow throughout the years, you've kept at it. We've built your toolbox. This is what I always say. When you start as a musician, you have an empty toolbox and you're putting things in it. And the more tools you have that you're putting in it, the more you can do as a musician. And it just becomes more and more fun as you go through the years. So what is my teaching approach? Well, patience. I have high standards within the realm of reality. What does that mean? Simply put, it just means that I emphasize consistency whenever possible in your practice habits, but I also know that life happens and that, sometimes we just don't have all the time that we would like to practice as much as we would like, and that can fluctuate because life happens. Ultimately, though, what you do most of the time is what matters, just like anything else in life, right? What does it mean when I say I have high standards? Well, it doesn't mean my way or the highway. What it really means is that I want and am focusing on creating and nurturing well-rounded musicians. Musicians and pianists who are aware of healthy piano technique, how to be at the piano in a way that is physically ergonomic, healthy, and will help you create the sounds you want on the piano. Also, music theory. How is music put together? It's very mathematical and very interesting. And when you understand the math of music, really, it gives you a much deeper understanding of the music you're studying. And that is a deeper experience. Plus, it just makes you smarter. I also include history of music in my lessons. I always try to have my students learn a little bit about the composers they are playing. This can include listening assignments online, reading short articles about those composers, talking about the period of music in which those composers are from. Analysis of music. What is that? Well, it's learning how to listen to music. Listening is a skill, and that's what we're also developing over the years. The more you practice, the more you become attuned to listening, watching, doing, and how that all comes together. And it's quite complex, but it builds and builds, and it doesn't all happen at once. And it's amazing to see happen. Pace. The pace of my teaching. I don't teach from a curriculum. I teach at the pace of each of my students. So it's very individualized, and I'm very proud of that. It's, like I said, not my way or the highway. It's very important that each student progresses at their pace, the pace that's appropriate for them. So that's what I can say about that. And I also teach, I try to teach different types of learners. We're all different types of learners, right? We all learn in different ways. So I try to have 5 different ways to explain everything. I don't always succeed, but I always try. I'm very patient because people need to be heard. Students need to know that they're heard and that they're not rushed. A little bit about me. Well, I graduated in 1995 from Northern Illinois University with my degree in piano, BA, and then I went on to do some graduate work in music education and performance as well. Over the years, I have extensively played at churches and temples, performed with singers, opera and musical theater, directed musical theater. I'm a music director at a church, chamber music, musical theater camps, you name it, I've probably done it. Um, Ultimately, my goal for my students is to create lifelong learners. Music teaches critical thinking, analysis, physical coordination. It teaches you diligence and discipline. Well, there's a tongue twister. Diligence and discipline. Artistry, math, expression. It works in every area of your brain in a way that nothing else really does. And I think it's one of the best things that anybody can do for themselves in life is to study music. Any instrument, singing, anything that's musical. Ultimately, my goal as well is joy, that I'm fostering an experience of joy for my students, and that they are developing a love of music that will last their whole lives, whether they go on to be professional musicians or to keep playing their instrument or other instruments throughout their life, with their families, their children, and their communities. It's all the same goal, fostering a lifelong joy of music, and the skills they learn with me translate into every area of life, and you can use them in every area of life. So music is amazing. I'm very thankful to be a music teacher, and I'm very proud of all of my students. I thank you for your time, and maybe I'll become your piano teacher. Thank you.